This is an old Stella guitar. Belongs to Rick Barbati, was his grandfather's. Brought in for repairs. Now all of the old instruments coming for repairs, they have sentimental value. There are several issues, cracks on this edge, a deterioration on the waistband on both sides of the waist. And over here, some surface cracks, not structural cracks, surface cracks. But here we have the top plate lift off or detached from the bottom, from the sides. So what I did is, I just want to show Rick how it's done. So between the blue tapes, that's the length of the separation, the detached plate from the sides. It's about 75 millimeters linear. So what I have in this paper, it's paper thin, or the thickness of the crack, or the separation rather. Paper thin, so I have a W. I wrote a W on that piece of paper on the other side that's inside, so I can go in and take a look, so you can see. And then when I pull the paper out, then I can take a look at the lining that should be holding that top plate as I made the line, so I can look at the lining on the top plate, and then I can glue it together. Okay, here's my scope. It's going into the guitar sound hole. And you know what this scope is used for. Really wasn't created for luthiers. It was created for physicians. See that W I wrote on the piece of paper? That's coming through the top sound plate and the side. So then I can know that I'm in the right area to take a good look to see if there's any further damage in that area other than just the separation. Here's a lining inside of that sound box. There's a separation here, so I just got to make sure I get the glue on that on the lining there, and then clamp it down. Okay, I got my glue pot heating up. I'm using hide glue. Old school. A lot of people don't want to work with hide glue because you got to heat it up. It's got to be at 145 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got my temperature probe here. Same one I used to bend the ukulele sides. Waiting for it to get up to 145 degrees. What I've got to do, by the way, that's not black bean garlic sauce I'm cooking. That's the hide glue. You mix it with water and then heat it up. When you're finished, you got to keep it at that temperature. And when you finish, you put it in the refrigerator. To make sure the wife doesn't think it's black bean garlic sauce. And pours it into my steamed mullet. Yeah? Anyway, I'm just kidding, because I keep that at my shop, not at home. Then this little syringe here, I got from LMI. You can go online and get one LMI. I'm going to suck up the hide glue. Then I lift up the plate, the soundboard top plate. Got these X-Acto knives here. I'm gonna lift it up and squeeze that hide glue in there on the lining, and then clamp it down using these spool clamps. Spool clamps will give it that even pressure all the way around. I got a shirt stuffed in there, an Aloha shirt, an old one, not going to wear it anymore, stuffed in there all the way back to try to sop up some of that glue that's going to spill over the lining and onto down to the sides. Doesn't really matter because nobody's going to see it, all the mess in there as it dries, but nonetheless you don't want to be too sloppy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to video that part as I squeeze the glue in and do it. I'm doing this by myself, so I have no videographer here to help me, but I just wanted to explain what I'm going to do, what I'm doing, and then after I glue it up and clamp it down, I'll give it a last shot. Okay, alarm went off, the alert alarm for this probe, temperature probe at 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So once again, I'm going to fill up that hide glue in a syringe, lift up the sound plate, squeeze the glue onto the lining inside, and then clamp it down. And there you have it, another surgical procedure by yours truly. Come back tomorrow and take off the sutures and move on to the other issues of this Granddaddy special. Aloha!